Hey guys, this is my 3-month brachioplasty update, and I really don't have anything that's new to talk about, but I've been having so many questions lately about my arms and surgery and things like that that I thought I'd go back and recap. A lot of it is already in some of the earlier videos, and probably it's a little more accurate, or I don't know what you call it. The timing's better because it was all fresh in my head and it was what I was going through at that time point. But because I'm getting asked some similar questions to that, I thought I'd run through a couple things. Let's see, I had the surgery on February the 10th of 2011, so that will be 3 months tomorrow. It was on an outpatient basis. Prior to surgery, I was just NPO after midnight. My surgery was scheduled for, I think it was 1 o'clock, so I couldn't eat or drink anything that day. I think they told me I could drink some water before 8 o'clock, up to 8 ounces of water before 8 o'clock. I don't think I drank anything. I did have an unfill before I did that because I was going to be under anesthesia, and I didn't want to take a chance on any reflux while I was asleep. And they gave me 3 prescriptions to fill prior to surgery. That way I didn't have to mess with it at all after surgery, because they know how you feel after surgery. So if I can remember what those 3 prescriptions were, 1 was for nausea, 1 was for pain, nausea, pain. I can't remember what the other one was, but I didn't take any of it. I don't think I ever took one of the nausea. I did take, oh, the other was antibiotic. I did take antibiotics forever, it seemed like. So I took a few of the pain, not even half of them. I counted them the other day, and I hadn't even taken half of them during the time when I was first few days after surgery. They told me to get my vitamin E skin cream, which I did, and they didn't recommend this, but a lot of other people that I know use this. It's called Bio Oil. I got this at Walmart. It was probably $17, $16, I don't know. It was a little bit high, but it lasts for freaking ever. And then this stuff's really cheap. It was in a 2-pack, 2 of these for $3 or something like that, and I'm about ready to go buy more because I'm down to the end of the second one. Let's see, the day of surgery was fairly uneventful. Thank goodness. It just sort of went pretty much textbook. They were late because he was running behind, so it was closer to 2 o'clock, I think, when I got into surgery. And I was home that evening. I don't remember what time I got home, 7-ish, 8-ish, I'm not sure. I have a video that night after I got home. I had drain tubes in, and while I had the drain tubes in, they wrapped me at the hospital before I left with ACE bandage wraps. And if you don't know what that is, it's just like what you use when you sprain your ankle, sprain your leg or whatever. So ACE bandage wraps were wrapped around my arm considerably tight. The concept is that it holds all that skin together to help it rejuvenate and grow back together. I think it probably will help, you know, with the incisions and with the healing process and everything. So it's mandatory. You got to wear these things. If you don't, you're going to run into some problems. And it's up to you, because nobody follows you around from the doctor's office for the next 4 to 6 to 8 weeks to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. So I wore these faithfully 24 hours a day during the time when I had my drains in. Now when I went to see the surgeon 24 hours the next day, I had to go make a trip to his office. He gave me 2 sets of these, because when you take them off, you want to wash them. I was really careful to wash them in the beginning when my incisions were still raw, because I didn't want to pass on any kind of infection, especially if you don't know, which arm you had it on before. If you get an infection in one, you could pass it to the other. So when I took them off at night, they went into the washer. I put on a new pair when I got up in the morning, and I changed and put on the ones that came out of the washer. So I changed usually twice a day. Sometimes I'd wear them for 24 hours and then switch them out. It just depends. You wear these when you have the drains in, because the sleeves, the compression garment sleeves, are too hard to get over the drains. If you want to know what the drains are, I did some pretty extensive talk about those in some of my earlier videos. Another thing that you'll want to make sure that you have, now this is for brachioplasty. If you're having multiple surgeries done, I don't know exactly what you'll need if you're having a breast lift at the same time or whatever, but for me, I got sports bras that, talking about these, so I make sure you get one that snaps in the front. In one of either my first or my second videos, I talk about what I was wearing that was easy access. You can't move your arms real good, especially to the back side, to pull down your underwear in the first couple days, so you may want to wear some kind of a gown that you don't need to wear underwear with, because it's easier just to lift it up. Let's see, after you move out of the, your drains come out, that you quit using the ACE wraps, and then you use these things that are called sleeve compression garments, and they come apart in the back like a bra, and I just always left mine on and went like this and slipped them on, put it over there, and then finished pulling them up the rest of the way, got them down underneath my armpit good. When I first got them, my arms were still pretty swollen, so she gave me a bigger size and gave me a spare in the smaller size that she said in about a week or two I'd need to move to the smaller size, and that was correct. I think it was 6 weeks I had to wear those, either these or those, 24 hours a day. Sometimes I like to go back to the ACE bandages and wrap in those. I think it was at 6 weeks maybe he told me that I could stop wearing them 24 hours a day, but I needed to wear them when I exercised and just when I felt like it. So I wore them to bed for a while, because they just made your arms feel, my arms anyway, feel good. They made them feel stronger, and I can't explain it. You probably just have to experience it, because they're annoying as hell when you have to wear them, and then excuse me, when you don't have to wear them anymore, they felt pretty good occasionally. And I carry them in my gym bag. I wear them when I do aerobic, Zumba, whenever I work out at the gym. I don't wear them really when I just go for a walk, even though I jog a little bit when I walk. Sometimes I think it would feel better when I jogged if I had them on. And so those are the main points I can think of to point out, and I hope that answers some of the questions that you guys have been asking and that I've tried to answer in writing, but hopefully a video helps clarify it. Now I'll show you my arms. I want to get it up close so you can actually see real good what it looks like. I think they're pretty red, and I'm trying to decide. He told me that he was super impressed, proud of himself, hopefully proud of me too, on how good the scars looked when I was in the last time. And I go back at the end of May, so I think in 3 weeks, two or 3 weeks, I go back to see him. But I think I might want something, because I think they look fairly red. He said he would give me some silicone strips or something to try if they did get too red or too wide. So this is my arm that it's underneath, and this is what it looks like. You can see where it's healing underneath and it's pulling. Back here I have a place where I can feel a stitch sticking out again, and whenever a stitch sticks out, it makes a little round red mark on the incision. And then this is the arm where the incision comes up higher. You can see where there were some stitches that poked out there and made it more red. What I'd really love to do, oh, and there's my little thing where the drain stuck out right there. What I'd really love to do is get a suntan on him this summer, but they warned me and warned me and warned me, as much as I want to, don't, because it will make the scar stay. It takes about a year, 11 months to a year before the scar really starts to fade, and if you get a suntan on it, then it makes a permanent pigment change, I guess. So, how do they feel? They feel okay. This arm I don't have any problems with. This arm, sometimes, like if I reach to pick something up and it's a couple pounds, it feels a little stressed, kind of weak maybe, or something, a little, not pain, but just a little different than this arm does. And it's probably because I'm right-handed and I use it more. All the swelling is out of my arms, and as you can tell, they're not as tight as they were because the swelling's out. So now it's back to just flesh and flabby stuff in there still. But I have absolutely no regrets that I did it now rather than later. You know, I could have waited till I lost 20 more pounds or whatever, but I felt that it wasn't about losing the weight and having really small arms. It was about getting that excess tissue off that hung down about that far. So I'm happy. I feel much better. I would go out in public like this right now and not think a thing of it. I mean, I'd probably put some makeup on, but as far as the style of shirt goes, I probably wouldn't wear it to work, but I'd go out on a weekend, running around shopping, whatever, like this. So anyway, that's my 3-month update. Bye.